Hey everybody, and welcome back to another one of Mudflap's movie reviews. My name is Mudflap, and today I will be reviewing the movie Top Gun Maverick. Let's get started. Top Gun Maverick is directed by Joseph Kosinski, and it stars Tom Cruise, Ed Harris, Miles Teller, John Hamm, Jennifer Connelly, and Val Kilmer. So we open this movie where you see Tom Cruise heading to a Navy base where he's about to do one final test to test out their new fighter jet planes. He's no longer part of the Top Gun program. He now just works for the Navy, but he's been rubbing one of the admirals the wrong way, who is portrayed by John Hamm. That was the last straw, and he ends up letting him go. But out of nowhere, Iceman requests that Maverick be brought back into the Top Gun program because he has to teach all these new recruits exactly what he was taught, and this is where our adventure begins. The main synopsis of this movie was there's a nearly impossible mission that Maverick has to lead Top Gun graduates to stop Ukrainian weapons from being unleashed, and through all this scientific stuff and timing and lots of training, the goal is to blow up the facility and get out of there in record time. Throughout the course of this movie, we see that Maverick is doing his very best to teach these pretty much cocky, trigger-happy graduates how to fly like he flew, and we get introduced to Goose's son, Rooster, who is portrayed by Miles Teller, and throughout most of the movie there's a large sense of animosity between Maverick and Rooster because Rooster just doesn't really trust Maverick. He basically blames Maverick for the death of his father, Goose. So a lot of this movie is geared toward the relationship between Rooster and Maverick, and how I saw this movie as a redemption for Maverick to make up for the fact that he couldn't save Goose. Maybe he can take Rooster underneath his wing and teach him the ropes and help him be the best pilot out there, be the best wingman, because without the help of all these Top Gun graduates, the enemy would be releasing uranium weapons, and that's never a good thing. So I went into this movie with pretty high expectations. I really loved the original Top Gun movie, which was directed by the late Tony Scott. Rest in peace. It's a classic 80s staple. I don't understand really anything when it comes to, Navy fighter pilots and all the crazy biometrics and stuff about planes, but I can understand that a lot of the stuff that they do is absolutely incredible. I mean, you do have to be the best of the best to do this sort of thing, and they prove that and show that in Top Gun Maverick. A lot of this focuses on Maverick's own personal life. He's single, he doesn't have a girlfriend or anybody. He does rekindle a relationship that he had with someone a long time ago named Penny. And then, he's got the relationship with Rooster, and then we got to see Val Kilmer return to the screen as Iceman. That was a really great thing to see. Val Kilmer has been going through a lot lately. I don't think he's even acting anymore. I think just to get him in this small part of the movie was a lot for him. I'm not exactly sure what happened to him, but he's definitely had a lot of health problems and a lot of health issues. But it was just great to see that he was willing to, return as Iceman and grace the screen with his presence again. We got to see that friendship between Maverick and Iceman, and how Iceman was encouraging Maverick to pursue this. Don't think, just do was one of the main mottos throughout this movie, because Maverick was just really struggling with how to reach not only Rooster but all the kids underneath him, because it's life or death. Like, if you screw up one little bit, you're gonna die, and Maverick just doesn't have the heart to take on the weight of the loss of someone near and dear to him again. So one of his biggest fears was, if he brought Rooster along with him on this impossible mission, that if Rooster didn't make it back, it would be all Maverick's fault, and he just didn't know how to deal with that. But having Iceman there as his wingman, after all these years, 30-some years, was just really beautiful friendship that they have. This was a really high adrenaline paced movie. It was really well paced too. We got to see lots of training, lots of crazy stunts done, and then we got to see more tranquil, peaceful, loving sort of thing, and then we get back into the action. There are a couple of my favorite scenes where just the friendships that you can make through something like this. All the graduates were on a beach and they were playing football together, and that sort of thing, it just reminds you of what the most things in life that are beautiful, or the simple things is. And they were trying to build teamwork and friendship, and what better way to do that than to go out on the beach and play some football together. It was a really beautiful scene. And then my other favorite moments were just seeing Maverick and Rooster really get past this big grudge that's between them and start making up, and Rooster realizing that Maverick did everything he could, and I'm sure he lives with that regret every day that he couldn't save Goose. But he sees Rooster as his second chance to redeem himself, because you can tell like it's eating him up. Just all the flashbacks, lots of nostalgia thrown in this movie. It was really, really saturated with nostalgia at times. Lots of flashbacks to the original, especially when there were scenes of Rooster. Maverick's mind would go back to when he was young. Really heartfelt. It really hit me right here. It was just a really beautiful movie, high-paced adrenaline movie. I highly recommend you go see it. It's hitting theaters this Friday, just in time for Memorial Weekend. So I highly recommend you go check this movie out. I'm going to give this movie 8 out of 10 Mudflaps. It was just a fun, exciting, exhilarating ride. I might see it again, who knows. And before you go, who is your favorite character from Top Gun? And as always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time.